Hey Craig, do you reckon we'll actually get Rodrygo? No, but it isn't out of the realms of possibility. Let me kind of give you the long version of it. Liverpool tried to sign Rodrygo when he was still, I don't know if it was Sao Paulo, Santos, can't remember which club he was at the time in Brazil. And Liverpool almost had a $2.5 million deal. Rodrygo decided to stay a little bit longer, continue his studies, and ended up at Real Madrid. So Michael Edwards and Liverpool have been a fan for quite a while. Now, the reason I'm going to say no to you straight away is I can't. Where does he play? You know, his natural position or his more favoured position at Real Madrid is coming in off that right-hand side. Well, we know we have a certain Mohamed Salah on that side, but he has played centrally as well, Rodrygo. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it would be a surprise to me for Liverpool to invest what Real Madrid would likely be asking there for Rodrygo. But he is a player that I know Michael Edwards anyway admires and the club have been keeping tabs on for a long time. I just don't see where the natural fit is personally, as much as I'd love Rodrygo. We'll get to those reports though over the course of the evening. Right, let's talk Rodrygo. Madrid Extra and many other accounts today have been speaking about the fact that Rodrygo is considering leaving Real Madrid. And other accounts have said that Real Madrid are willing to sell Rodrygo. Anfield Sector then quote tweeted Madrid Extra saying Michael Edwards loves him, which is true. I've said to you guys at the start of the stream that Michael Edwards tried to bring him to Liverpool before he went to Real Madrid, and Liverpool have long been admirers. But the problem that I would have right now is, where does he play if Liverpool were to sign him? And do we need to invest that much money? Like, if Salah hadn't signed a new deal, you know, there's an obvious connection we could make there. But right now, I don't know, I just don't see it. I don't see the need to bring in another right winger. Let me know what you think on it. But for me, I just don't see the need for it. That much of an outlay. We need somebody central, unless they want to move Mo central, in which case I'd be all for that as well, because I've been arguing Mo should be tried centrally for quite a while. So Radio Marca say multiple top European clubs want Rodrygo. His current plan is to leave Real Madrid. The destination is still unknown. Where do you think he ends up, Rodrygo, if he leaves Real Madrid? Just out of curiosity. You know, who needs a player in that position in top clubs around Europe? Can't see him going to Italy, personally. The only club in Germany that could really afford him maybe would be Bayern. Outside of that, Premier League clubs, you know, Arsenal certainly don't need a player in that position. They've got Saka there. Manchester City, well, they've invested in wide players previously. They brought in Savinho. They have Doku on the other side. I don't know. I'm again just struggling to see where he goes or who'd pony up the dough. Maybe Atletico Madrid. I don't know, but would he want to cross the city divide? Honestly, I can't think. Chelsea. Yeah, Stevie boy. Chelsea's probably a fair show. It doesn't matter how many players are in there. They seemingly always find a way to try to bring in more. Yeah, so that's probably a decent show. And there's no way he goes to Saudi Arabia. I can't see Rodrygo at this stage of his career going to Saudi Arabia. He would, I can't see it. I think if he's angling for a move away from Madrid, it's because he's not happy with the game time, probably. So I certainly think he still has aspirations to win stuff. Alex said PSG. Again, though, do they need him? You know, look at the dearth of young, and especially young wide talent that they have there. But they could afford him. That's certainly one thing I'd agree with you on, mate. They could certainly afford him. Carl said PSG as well. Kev Parker said if United win the Europa League, then they'll have the money. No, they won't. They won't have the money to buy Rodrygo, mate. You're talking out of United's price bracket there. Remember, they already have massive financial headaches. United are about to lay off 200 more staff, according to reports. Some of these links that United have had to players have been fanciful, to say the least, recently. And they are banking on maybe moving on the likes of Rashford, or I don't know if they're still interested in selling Garnacho. They're going to want to move on either Højlund or Xerxes. But is that going to be enough of a pot to really do what they need to do? And look, fingers crossed they don't win the Europa League. That's, you know, I'm very much going to be cheering on Athletic Club Bilbao. Gumi said Barcola, excuse me, apparently wants out of PSG because he's not getting enough game time. I don't want Bradley Barcola, by the way. I'm not saying Gumi, you were saying we should sign him, but I'm just saying he's too inconsistent. He misses too many chances, Barcola. I wouldn't want him at Liverpool, personally. But let me know what you guys think on that one. I believe Cunha deal will happen, especially if we win the Europa League. Gonna probably, Garnacho probably will be sold, unfortunately. We need to sell Rashi, Casemiro and Anthony. Yeah, you do. And again, I'm sure, I don't know, I've no idea what you could get for Casemiro, even going to Saudi. I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know his contract situation, Shane. Garnacho, he had been linked to Chelsea, I think. You know, I don't follow United transfers as closely as your good self, Shane, obviously. But I think he had been linked with Chelsea in the past, if my memory's right. And I think the Cunha deal will happen. Absolutely. I do agree with you on that one. I think you guys will get him. But the likes of a Rodrygo or that, you know, I think that's, he's not going to buy into the Ruben Amorim project. He's a bit further along than project, I think. But Cunha looks like that's a decent fit.